All right. What's up, guys? We're back with another live video on this Wednesday. This amazing, beautiful, gorgeous, absolutely amazing Wednesday. Yeah. Back with another video. We're gonna do another live reaction video. I know there is a bit of a lag, but we're gonna push through, y'all, because it's getting late. So I usually have one of these issues at least once or twice a week. So usually once a week. But we halfway through the week. Most of the video is good. Audio is good. I already tested it. Bit of a lag, but the audio is still there. So as long as the audio and visual is still there, and my mount is moving like it's yeah, okay. Let's get into the video, guys. Again, guys, I appreciate you guys for joining me. Please like, comment, and subscribe. It would mean a lot to me and help me with the algo. And yeah, this video is gonna be more educational. I did some timestamps. I didn't watch the entire video. I just did some timestamps so we can talk about the topic, because the video was like 41 minutes, and I am not rocking that. You know me. 41 minutes gonna turn to an hour and a half. We ain't got that kind of time. So we're gonna dive into this video today on about from a YouTube channel called Courtney Ryan. She has over 400,000 subscribers. And we're gonna basically, it's about a YouTube channel about do these things matter to women? So car, job, title, salary, etc. So we're gonna dive on in, learn some things, talk about some things, and make it a fun video. And as we go, let's dive on into the video.
Women care about. So today we're going to find out if they actually care or not. Let's get into it. So number one would be his car.
Yes.
I don't have a car. I did, but I think in major cities, it really doesn't matter. Honestly, if you're like New York, Seattle, Chicago, LA maybe, because you're driving a lot. But I've been to Chicago and New York. You really don't need a car. If you're in the city, it's so much public transportation. LA, depending on what you do. A lot of people usually stay in their areas, Santa Monica or North Hollywood or West Hollywood or Playa Vista or Marina Del Rey or Santa Barbara or San Francisco. So it's a lot of places.
Yes, and I like when guys keep their cars clean. Like if there's stuff all over, like trash and cups and whatever, that just kind of gives me the ick. The make and model and year don't really matter to me, but just like, I don't know, being respectful of the things you have and, you know, just being cleanly. And
I respect it. You want to take responsibility for your stuff. Don't come off as a slob. I've seen a lot of people cars. Well, I'm guilty of it too. I'd be a hypocrite if I did that. When I had a car, it did the same thing. So I had the same thing, same issue, same problem. So I completely understand. But it shows a sense of cleanliness, cleanliness. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. Cleanliness. You clean, basically. You clean. You ain't dirty. You ain't a dirty person.
things like that I really appreciate. So yeah.
It matters to me because I want to be in like a safe, nice, reliable car. It doesn't need to be like anything sexy or crazy. But I've been in situations in the past when I would be with like a guy and his car is like constantly breaking down, or like he can't come see me because his car isn't reliable.
I think it does matter to...
I've seen her before. I just can't put my finger on it. I've seen her before. I think it might be a Jubilee video, but I've seen her before.
a certain degree. It doesn't need to necessarily be something crazy nice, but I think it goes back to the cheap thing. If a guy is driving a shitbox car and he's too cheap to repair it, it's just not safe. That's unattractive to me. And I guess if a guy does drive a really nice car, it's harder to walk away. I wouldn't say it's everything.
I personally am not a car person. I would prefer a Model S Tesla, black night, midnight, something like that. I would call that thing. But I don't see the big deal about a car. I mean, I would drive like a fancy car if it's only for vacation. It's a boys' trip, anniversary. I won something. It has to mean something to me to actually do stuff like that. Other than that, give me like a regular Tesla Model S or Model X, or Model Y, and I'm Gucci bandana on a Louis flag. I don't know why I keep saying that tonight. Listen, spend the night, y'all. But yeah, I would do that. I wouldn't even care about the other stuff, honestly. I would just like, you know what, this works right here. I care about you. I love you. This matters to me. This other stuff doesn't matter. So you gotta pick and choose your battles. So, but a car, as long as it's clean and you get you from A to B, it could be a. I know people got this big controversy, but if it's a Honda, it's fine. Toyota, it's fine. A Prius even, it's fine. It's not a big deal.
It doesn't matter to me.
Preach.
Because it just depends on like what kind of phase of life he's going through. You know, if he's struggling but he's working hard, and he just needs a $3,000 beater to get him to point A to point B. You know, the grind and the struggle of that I respect. So I don't. For me personally, it doesn't matter if he drives a nice car, as long as he has a car.
Okay, that's, I think, a good
Yeah,
call-out.
as long as he has a car.
So for me, it matters in the sense of, is it reliable? Is it burning oil when I get in the car? Is it unsafe to get in? As long as you have a safe, reliable vehicle that is not embarrassing to pick your girl up in, it doesn't really matter too much. Just make sure you take care.
Yeah, as long as it ain't making loud firecracker sounds, and smoking with black smog, then yeah, you should be good. As long as it's not your torque. I had tear-ups. Listen, I had holes in my seats. Listen, I was trying to make it, man.
Of your precious cargo.
To me, yes, it's not really about like the make and model of the car, but reliable, clean, you like take care of maintenance of the car.
As long as it's clean and it's taken care of, I don't think a lot of girls would mind what kind of car he drives if he's saving up his money to be more responsible with his finances and his future goals. Then car is not a deal breaker as long as it's clean. I can get if you like cars and you're a car person and you have a nice car but you're humble about it, then that's way more attractive than, being cocky about it.
Okay. Number 2 is his manners.
Very important. Yes, they absolutely matter.
And that goes both ways, ladies and gentlemen. Manners are important. I think the old cliche saying is manners will take you, or characters, manners will take you places that your talent won't take you. And it's true. There's certain rooms I've been in and I'm like, why am I here? I'm like, I'm not ready yet, or I'm in my head. I'm like, I don't have these scholar accolades. Didn't go to this school. I didn't have this certain job. I've been at tables where I'm like, yo, this is big. It's also a downfall because you don't have the experience and you kind of get thrown around everywhere. But your manners will take you places where farther than your talent could. And I'm like, whoa. So that is deep right there. But it goes both ways, not just men, also women as well. It's a balance.
When I go on dates, when I even go get coffee with a guy, I look to see how he treats everybody else. If he's saying thank you, hi, how are you? I always grew up with manners are very important in my family. So yeah, to women, I think it's very important because it shows how they're going to treat you.
Oh, that definitely matters to me. You have to have good manners. I won't.
Hey, shout out to this shout out to their camera quality. I mean, I'm just looking at it in the centerpiece and it's just like perfectly pictured. Like she did the thing. Okay, shout out to your camera guy, baby.
And meet my family.
Very much matter to me, especially like if we're out to eat at a restaurant. I don't like people that are rude to service industry people or just anyone in general. I really like friendly people. So yeah, manners are a huge thing to me.
Manners do matter a lot, especially how you treat your girlfriend, treat any woman in your life, and treat elders. That's a gateway into how you would treat your future partner or what kind of person you are. So that's a great way to get an insight on what kind of person you are.
I think that definitely matters. Manners are kind of what determines how you feel around them, how they make you feel. So I think that's one of the most important things.
Oh yeah, obviously. Yeah.
Yes, manners matter. Because I feel like that's something that can't be taught. Like manners are just instilled in you at a younger age.
I want to 50-50 that. Manners are a give and take. Honestly, I believe I'm from South Carolina. Y'all can probably hear from my accent. Forget the lag. Just roll with your boy for a minute. It's late, and it's as long as the audio comes out good, we're good, and the image quality looks amazing. I think it has something to do with how you're raised in your household, but also it has everything to do. Not only your household, not only your environment, but you can control that. You can't control the environment you're born. You can't control your family you're born into. But over time, you can't. Like as an adult, you can change. I'll say if you're like in your teens, you really can't do much. Early 20s, I give some leeway. You can't do much. But you're in like your 25 plus. Like listen, you can change that. You can get out of behavior. It's going to be hard, but you can learn to get manners. Like. Nobody likes somebody stuck in their ways. And I know at a certain age, men and women, it's hard to change them.
Absolutely matters. I know I was raised correctly, and I'm very particular on how a gentleman talks to me, so I definitely demand the highest respect possible.
She demands that.
I would hope that my partner wants the same thing.
Come on now.
Okay, and can you give like examples of gestures or manners that men might do on a first date or just in general that would stand out to you in a good way?
Definitely opening doors. I think that is
That's
the
obvious.
hugest thing for myself as a woman that a lot of guys don't think to do or don't think is a nice gesture, but...
Wait a minute. Now, I did learn that out here on the West Coast, in the Midwest, it is not that common for people to open the doors. My brother had to tell me it's a Southern thing. I did not know. I thought opening doors was just common. But the thing about me is, if I open the door for you, I'm one of those people. You either give a head nod, or you just say thank you, thanks, appreciate it. That's it. It doesn't take much. But most people, when you open the door, I've learned out here and in the Midwest, when I went to Chicago and LA, at least those two, you open the door, ain't no thank you, ain't no nothing. And even you walking behind people, they rarely hold the door open for you. I'm like, hey, yo, I'm right behind you. You see me. But hey, it is what it is, huh? Okay. Get the video back together, guys. Get the video back together. Give me a second. Because we do this live, baby. We do this live. Hey, 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 we do this live. Hey. Oh, there we go. Okay, and we're back.
Job title.
To me, that doesn't matter so much. If he loves what he's doing and he shows up every day on time, I don't think it matters too much.
Job title do matter. Fellas, job title does matter.
That definitely matters right now, but I feel like I'm also at the age when we're all getting like established in our careers. So it doesn't matter to like the point where I would be completely like turned off by someone, because what you're doing now can be so different than what you're doing next year.
It depends on your age, and if you're ambitious and you're driven, that matters a lot. And it doesn't really matter where you are in life, but more so where you want to go. That's the big thing for me, is ambition and drive.
No, that doesn't really matter to me. I think what's more important is if they are doing something that they like, but that's not always possible. But I feel like job title doesn't really matter to me that much.
It's unfortunate, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do. I think guys understand that deep down in their core. Now, granted, shout out to the younger millennials and Generation Z. They like, hey, if this doesn't fulfill me, make me happy, I don't feel like I have a purpose here, I'm gonna move on to the next, and I'm gonna find what makes me happy and do what fills me up with joy and happiness. So I respect the Gen Z and I respect the younger millennials right now, but I understand you got to do what you got to do. Listen, love, happiness, and all else fine and dandy. But when you ain't got a roof over your head, you don't know how you're gonna pay these bills. You got to do what you got to do, and usually you got to work 2-3 jobs that you don't like just to make one job. So I understand both sides deeply. So yeah, just wanted to point that out.
I think it matters. Yeah, I think it matters. I would probably not be comfortable bringing someone home who's a porn star. Wouldn't be comfortable telling my parents that. So, yeah.
Why not be open? Hey. Liberation.
No, job title doesn't matter too much because I think that's like an age thing. I wouldn't want my job title to matter too much to somebody else because I'm young and we can all grow.
See, look at that. I knew it. And plus, I do agree with her because when you have a certain job title, I'm a lawyer, I'm a doctor, you become all that, and then there's a certain level of arrogance, or you become so consumed in that career that you don't get a chance to be who you are, a person. And I've seen that so many times. And also, people who are so wrapped in a career but will bring that corporate or work talk back home or around their friends, and it doesn't feel natural, like a natural connection you're making. It just feels like you're networking, and it just feels like work, you know? So I agree with her. Plus, there's nothing wrong with growing with your partner, man. Grow with your partner, man.
I mean, the title is important. I mean, I think it does matter. But then again, it's also situational, you know? Because he could be somebody's assistant at a big company, and then maybe one day he could be a boss at that big company.
See? Invest in your man, ladies. Invest in your man. Fellas, invest in your girl. Invest in each other. And guess what? Get some love and some beautiful kids out of it. And a happy home. That's the goal.
So, exactly. It just kind of goes back to his drive and his motivation and how hard he's willing to work.
What about his salary?
Yeah, it definitely matters because, like, money security, like, financial security is important to me. But as long as, like, we have enough.
That boy said salary do matter now. She ain't sugarcoat on that now. She did say salary does matter. Let's not play no games. So I think job title and salary kind of go together, in my opinion. Those two kind of interchangeable. Salary and job title.
Enough money to, I don't know, go on dates and, like, do, like, concerts, like, fun stuff.
Oh.
No, doesn't really matter. If he has goals, like if the salary's not amazing right now, but he has goals for himself and, you know, he's working towards something that's important to me, but everyone's in different places at different times. So I feel like immediate salary, just as long as we could still have fun.
I love her innocence right there. I love her innocence and joy and her happiness just now. As long as we can have fun. I wish life was all sunshine and rainbows, but sometimes, like I said before, you got to do what you got to do. And but fun, I like what she said when she said fun, because fun could be like a picnic. We go bowling, we got to use Groupon, go bowling, or take a walk in the park, have a coffee date, go to the farmer's market, take the food back home, then we go see a movie, maybe grab some tortellinis, or not tortellini, but tiramisu from a little Italian shop downtown, enjoy each other's company, laugh, joke, might see a concert outside, then go back home, make some dinner together, play some music, light a candle. Listen, I'm setting the mood right now. Listen, I'm giving y'all gems on what I would do. But just like something simple, nothing so expensive. It's just like, dang, I'm spending time with my girl, but we doing things. You're not in the house all day. Being in the house is a beautiful thing, but for me personally, I like going out and doing things and then coming back after a couple days or weeks, and where we can finally, like, you know what, babe, let's just stay in. Let's Netflix. Let's chill. Let's enjoy our time. That's just me, though.
If his bills are paid and he treats me right, I don't think money should be an object because it doesn't last forever.
No, salary.
She said that, nah. Rent do.
Not too much. As long as you're making, like, a decent income for yourself and you can live within those means.
I would say, like, same answer as his job title. It doesn't really matter what you're making right now, but if you're ambitious and you have, like, high expectations for yourself and high goals for yourself, then that's very attractive.
It is important because, you know, for me as a female, I plan to be making a certain amount at a certain age. And the man that I expect to be with, I want him to be a hustler and a go-getter too. And, you know, the harder you work, the more you work, the higher you're going to move up, the more your salary is going to raise.
She's setting the tone right there. She is setting the tone right there, being motivational, determined, and I like that. I guess you got to find someone that matches that, or somebody that wants to match that, because I think a lot of people who are go-getters or who are hustlers or ambitious and trying to get the money, trying to move up the corporate ladder, your partner may not want to do that. Your partner may like, yo, I'm happy with my 50, 60K. I'm a teacher. I'm a nurse. I enjoy helping and teaching people. I'm happy. But you might be working marketing, making 120K a year. They might be making 50, 60K. And it could be a man or a woman, regardless. Like, you've got to, I think in today's day and age, is always we got to be here or we got to be here. But sometimes it's okay to be here and happy, or sometimes it's okay to be here and somebody be like under you and it's happy. Like, you don't need to make stupid kind of money. I totally agree. I want to live comfortably. I don't want to worry about how my next bill. Listen, I grew up like that. I understand. I lived that myself. Nobody want to live check to check and don't know how I'm gonna pay my bills, how I'm gonna pay my light bill, my rent, my water. Oh, I've been through it all, so I understand that living comfortably in that sense, food, water, shelter. But the person you choose to date, the person that you may fall in love with, doesn't have to match your ambition. You can have that ambition, and if the household needs support, you can provide that support, man or woman. Equality. So if she's making 120, he's making 50 or 60, he's a nurse or a doctor, or he's a teacher, or vice versa. He's marketing and he's making 120 and she's making 50 or 60. You combine it together, you guys making close to $200,000 in that household. Y'all work together, grow together, like many of the girls said in the video, grow together and advance together. You don't have to do this all by yourself. But I understand you want somebody on your level. That's cool. But I tell you this right now. Love works in mysterious ways.
So also, if you plan to be with somebody and you plan to have a family, you have to support your children and each other. So I do think salary matters, because it's, kind of going to show you what the future is going to look like and what kind of struggles or what kind of things you can do.
I wouldn't say it doesn't matter. I think, if we're thinking about a long-term thing, we're partners. So thinking about things in that way, I had to consider what my salary is and what kind of life we want to live. If he's making less money than me and I'm the breadwinner, I personally would be uncomfortable just from what I'm making at this moment. If we're like at a point where I feel like I'm comfortable on my own, we'd be fine together, I really don't care. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
Is there a number that stands
where I feel like I'm comfortable on my own, we'd be fine together, I really don't care.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
It makes sense to me. I think it does.
Yes.
Okay.
Is there a number that stands out to you as like a decent salary? Like something that you would be like, okay, he needs to make this much money.
I don't think there's a number in mind.
That's the thing though. That's the thing. The number is always going to be changing. The number is never going to be the same. The number is not going to be like, oh, he needs to make 50, 60, 70, 80, 100K, 200K, 300, 400K, $1 million a year. Is never going to be a set number, because the lifestyle you live in a 50K lifestyle and then you start living 100K. 100K, you start living a 200K. You start living a lifestyle like that. So it's really not a set number. It's really not a set number. I don't care what people say.
Especially for right now, but I would say if he's not ever making more than, let's say, $100,000,
okay,
then I would be a little bit worried about our future.
I'm gonna say like in the 70s.
It also depends where you live. If you live in like Seattle, LA, Miami, New York, obviously.
I don't know. There's like the gender wage gap, so I don't even know.
Can't go down this road with you, babe.
I would say enough to live a life of leisure in a sense, like not have to worry about your rent, your
I told you. I mentioned
utilities, stuff like that. But
Yep.
also, obviously, a more desirable man would be able to take care of our kids, of myself, of our older parents. So I would say somewhere between
your parents too?
$400K to wherever. Like, there's no bar.
$400K. 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 You know what? Let me do some Googling. Cause this needs to be live and said. This is from Investopedia.com. Yeah, I'm Googling this right now. I could do this on a computer, but if we're going to do this right now, I like the phone. I like the aesthetic. I look like I'm doing something. Hey. Yeah. Again, granted, I am not beating down on her dreams. Listen. Manifest 400K on me. Manifested 400K, but I just want to Google, like, this is from Investopedia.com. Very reliable. How much income puts you in the top 1%, 5%, and 10%? Okay. Just the top 1%, you must have an annual wage of at least $823,763. So you need to be making over at least $820,000 plus to be in the 1%. There we go. That solved a lot of stuff. Jesus, I didn't know they separated like that. So basically, again, this is from Investopedia.com. The top 0.1% of earners make over $3.2 million. That's the 0.1%. The top 1% makes over $820,000 plus. Top 5% make over $340,000 plus. And the top 10% of earners make over 173. Now that's all we're going to do. But basically, the 400,000 and you might as well top 4%, because the top 5% is 342,000. Anything higher than that, obviously, that's like at least top 4% right there off of 400K. So that is a lot of money and a lot of work to do. But it's possible. But again, the higher you go, it's like a mountain, man. I think I heard a motivation speaker say it one time, but I forgot. But the higher you go, the thinner the air gets, and it thins a lot of people out. So I'm all for it, but relationship, I'm all for it. Listen, if you in LA, you work in marketing, you make $100,000. He's a doctor, he makes over $100,000. $200,000 household, you can live a pretty good life. I'm not gonna lie. You guys can probably take your job somewhere else out of state, but you can live a pretty good life. Now, you're going to be far away from the city, because I heard they got $1 million houses out here. Carolina, we got like 200, 300,000. They got like millions. So it's a different ball game. But in LA, I can see that. New York, I can see that. 6 figures. Again, I'm assuming this is in LA. I'm just assuming this is in LA. Because it depends on where you live at. Because if you live in a city like Miami, New York, LA, it's 6 figures. Like that's the minimum. Like, you need to have a good life, like a minimum, like food, water, shelter, minimum. But 400, yeah. I mean, I'm all for this. If you want to make that type of money, man or woman, make that type of money. Hustle it, push it, do it for you, and do it for the people you love and want to care about. But don't make it a mandatory for your partner. But I agree with them. Food, like, have a roof over your head, have some car to drive, and not a car to drive. Have money for Uber and Lyft. And yeah, man, like, just the basics: food, water, shelter, have your own place, stuff like that. 400,000, jeez Louise, that's a top 4%. Jeez Louise, Batman. Cheese and crackers, Batman. Cheese and crackers. Whew. Cheese and crackers. But that's the top 4%. 400,000. You in the top 4%. So whew. Let's get back to the video.
That's a great one. It really just depends on the guy because
Bring that back for y'all. His confidence.
That's a great one. It really just depends on the guy because some gentlemen, right when you meet them, are very shy and, you know, they're kind of introverts, but then you get to know them a little bit and you get them out of their shell. So I think confidence all just depends on how you look at yourself. If you love yourself and you know that you have a lot of value to bring to a person, I think you should just rock with that.
Confidence matters a lot, and the ability to command a room. When you walk into a room and just making eye contact with people in the room, it's kind of like an alpha move for me. So just standing up straight, making eye contact, saying hi to people, and just being a happy person in general, it's a big thing.
Confidence matters.
Confidence is huge for me.
Also, I can say confidence is pretty big because it gives a sense, especially if you're dealing with anxiety or stress, confidence like, yo, we got this situation. Yo, calm down, I got it. Yo, babe, it is what it is. Like, it sets the tone not only for leadership, but just leadership is number one, but number two, which is important to me, is just it gives a sense of peace to your partner, peace to the person you care about. You need that in a relationship. You need confidence to help with peace. There's nothing more valuable in a relationship than peace, but confidence helps initiate that peace when going through tough and turmoil times.
Because I pride myself in being a lady with a lot of confidence. And so if you're getting insecure about like me talking to another guy or things like that, you should be confident in yourself. So yeah, confidence is a huge thing for me. And I think it exuberates. If a man walks into a room and it's confident, you can tell. Insecurity is so unattractive. It's a big deal for ladies, I think.
Also, it hinders you from, like, insecurity for me personally, insecurity can get in your head so much that it prevents you. Insecurity can get into your head so much that it prevents you from doing, like, living life, man. Like, you gotta, like, even if you believe you don't got confidence, be scared and just do it. Just do it. Because that insecurity will eat your entire life up. It's not worth it.
I think.
Yeah. I would say confidence is important, but cockiness is not good. So there has to be balance.
Damn.
I don't like a guy I don't think anyone likes a guy that's just kind of sorry for himself and tries to play that role.
Confidence is huge. I think when you're not secure in yourself, it projects into your relationship very much. Everyone is insecure, but I think you have to have self-confidence to have successful relationships with anyone. Insecurity kills relationships. So
it can, especially with the social media age. There's always somebody that's looking better than you, man or woman. There's always going to be somebody that's looking way better than you. So deal with your insecurity. Don't let your insecurities deal with you.
Having self-worth, you know, because you can really love someone, but you have to love yourself at the end of the day and look out for yourself and not live for someone else. So yeah, confidence is huge.
I think confidence is important. Yeah, that matters.
And what are some signs you notice that will tell you if a guy is confident versus insecure?
Here come the tea.
I think, like, if we're going out and you're comparing yourself to other guys, like talking bad about like another guy that's like in the same area, definitely shows like low confidence. If you're constantly trying to like prove how you are an alpha male, or it never looks good when you're pulling someone else down. It never looks good when you're pulling somebody else down. Like, focus on you and I promise you'll win. It's so cliche and I feel like a hypocrite for saying it because I need to apply it to my own life. But you focus on you
you're going to get the bag
or
and everything.
like you're even putting down like other women or like trying to belittle like things that other girls or women are doing, low confidence, like not making eye contact.
I think posture, how they add to a conversation that's going on, the volume and the tone of their voice when they speak.
I think confidence shines through with like eye contact, the way they treat people, lack of jealousy. I don't think you have to boast who you are to come off as confident. Actually, I think that comes off as more insecure.
Yeah, I've heard that not only from women, but I've also heard that from men. Like, you don't have to. It's good to acknowledge. Listen, I'm one of those people. I don't boast a lot, but when it's very important to get that out. Though I feel like some people don't allow you to be that way. You got other people boasting, but you boast and you might get judged for it. But I think it's a balancing act. You got something proud of, like an accomplishment, mention it. But if you're constantly talking about it with the same people over and over, and if the majority of your conversations where people or interactions are about your accomplishments and what your status is and what you do and what you buy and who you are and what people you met in your network, it's not an attractive look. It is some form of a turn off. So I can understand that. So
matters. I think cleanliness matters the most. Place matters. I think cleanliness matters the most. Like, it doesn't have to be well decorated or well furnished or anything. I mean, at least like have a couch and maybe some kitchen utensils, but cleanliness like tops all of the factors.
I like it.
I think obviously a space where a person lives is a big indication of how they treat themselves and they respect themselves. So if it's clean, if it's well put together, then that means that you're kind of like your mind is decluttered. But if it's cluttered, then it's just like speaks volumes to the kind of person you are. Yeah, so a clean space is a nice space. It doesn't matter if it's big or small.
I like when guys keep it clean. Dish.
Not gonna lie. I like the can't speak tonight. I like the simplicity that these girls have right now. It's very admirable. Oh my goodness, cannot talk.
Dishes are done, fresh towels.
Hey.
I feel like putting the seat down, cleaning the bathroom.
Clean that bathroom.
Yeah, when I walk into your space, if it's just totally trashed, I feel uncomfortable.
I ain't gonna lie. I agree with her. I can deal with a dirty car with no bugs. Can't have no bugs in it. Man, I got some spiders in my car one time. Oh, the South. Listen, that's another story for another time. Listen, I can deal with a dirty car. A dirty house? No. I don't do bugs. I don't do roaches. I can't stand flies. Make sure that thing clean now, especially the bathroom. Don't have no doo-doo stains. Don't have no pee stains. Listen, both genders can do it. Listen, it comes out of all of us. Clean. Wash yourself. Wash your place down. And get your dog hair up. Be having dog hair everywhere. Get your dog hair up. Your cat hair. Don't be having your cat everywhere too. You know what I'm saying? Like, clean. Like, respect your house. And if people need to take their shoes off, take them shoes off. It's all about balance, baby. At the end of the day, it's all about balance. Balance within the force. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing like a clean place, baby. Keep that place clean, and you going some places. That's what they say. That what they say.
Any guest.
And then last one on this list is his penis size.
Ooh. That's a good question. He's got to know how to work it. I think average, honestly, like the average size is very ideal. I think this is so dirty. The girth matters too. Girth matters. But yeah, I mean, he could have a large penis and be the biggest asshole, and he could also have a medium-sized penis and be the greatest dude you ever met. So it all depends on what you're bringing to the table, other than
this is educational, fellas.
And you know.
I would say it matters to some people, and not as much to others. You know, I would actually say it does matter, but everyone has a different preference. Okay. So it doesn't need to be like necessarily like a foot long, you know. Some people like it when it's like average size.
Okay, perfect.
I would say size does not matter as long as you're skillful in other things.
Oh.
Skip on other things, fellas. Listen. What that mouth do?
Yeah, no. I feel like it's just sex is not all about size, and I feel like it's really about connection between two people. So you could be, but you have to like.
Why she did that face like that? Why she did her face like? Jeez Louise.
Connect with your person, or else none of it matters. Honestly,
right. I definitely feel like it's the motion of the ocean. Like, I'm not a hater of
she's so sweet.
I'm not gonna be like a hater, but I feel like it matters like somewhat to some extent, but it's not like that's not like the only, like the one all be all, you know.
I don't know if size actually matters. It's more of being what's the word? I don't know if size actually matters. It's more of being like happy with the sex life between you and that person.
As they say, it's not about the boat, it's the motion in the ocean, but I would prefer to be on a yacht in the middle of the ocean, you know.
I think we're gonna end it right there. That's it. She said what she said what she said. She'd rather be on a yacht in the middle of the ocean. Listen, I ain't mad at you, baby. I ain't mad at that girl's answers. It was a good video. Take away from this video, please, guys, like, comment, subscribe. It would mean the world to me. Please leave comments down below. Tell me what you like. Tell me what you don't like. Tell me what you want to see. And tell me what you don't want to see. I appreciate you guys so much for this video. Take away, you like what you like. Everybody got standards. Everyone has preferences. I think that's the same thing. And you know what? In today's age, everybody wants to criticize everybody for having a preference. Women can have standards. Men can have standards. Then you guys can have couple standards. It is what it is. But also, relationships are about give and take. You take something, she takes something, you give something, she gives something. It's all about balance at the end of the day. And with some form of balance, you get some form of peace, less stress, and a lot more happiness. Till next time, guys, I will see you tomorrow. Peace.